Well, Novak Djokovic survived that scare against Kevin Anderson. Remember, they had to come back yesterday to complete the last set. He was 2 sets down, secured a great win against the South African. So here he is, knocking up on court 5, bidding for his 6th consecutive Wimbledon semi-final. The defending champion, the world #1, playing Marin Cilic. He's never lost to Cilic. He leads their head-to-heads 12-0. 3 times they've played in the slams, the last of which was in the quarterfinals last year. Cilic did take Djokovic to 5 sets. And then let's not forget the Croatian finished last year by becoming the US Open champion. But it hasn't been a smooth year in 2015 for Cilic. Missed the Australian Open with a shoulder injury, knocked out in the 4th round of the French, where of course Djokovic won the Australian and came so close to completing wins at all 4 slams, but lost to Wawrinka in the final of the French Open. Cilic, courtesy of 2 huge matches in the 2nd round against Berankis and the 3rd round against Isner, has spent almost 4 hours longer on court than Novak Djokovic. So I wonder whether fatigue will play a little factor in the match. Cilic will have to be so aggressive if he's to stand a chance of securing his first ever victory over Novak Djokovic. But the immense player from Serbia looking pretty relaxed here. Good display of character coming back. Lost those first 2 sets against Anderson, both on tiebreak, and showed some real composure to get back into the match. An interesting sub-story to this knock-up session. If you look at the player down this end of the court, it's Hee-Lee, the #2 seed in the boys' singles. He's coming out later on today, I believe, on court 11 for his 3rd round match in the boys. He's profoundly deaf. He uses vibrations and sign language for communication, and he's been given the opportunity to knock up with the current world #1 and the defending Wimbledon champion. And I tell you what, they've just swapped positions a couple of moments ago before we started recording. Djokovic was down this end of the court, and Hee-Lee was peppering the Djokovic baseline, inch perfect. A fantastic opportunity. We've been unable to find out at the moment. Perhaps Mats Wilander will have a clue on this as to how it works in terms of the knocking up partners, whether it's a request from the Djokovic camp or whether the Koreans, assistants and coaches made the request from their side. But what a brilliant, brilliant opportunity for the 17-year-old from Korea to have a chance to knock up with Novak Djokovic. They've been communicating with sign language, and I tell you what, he's been a really, really good warm-up partner for Novak. No communication between the 2 of them, of course, other than a bit of sign language. Djokovic was motioning, I want to go down that end this time. But you can see here, very accomplished. And no nerves either. Imagine what that must feel like for a teenager to be knocking up with the double Wimbledon champion coming out for a massive quarter-final against the reigning US Open champion, and he's got the honour and the responsibility of warming Djokovic up and helping him go through the gears. So a lovely story and a lovely opportunity for the teenager, and hopefully he'll take motivation from this going into his 3rd round match in the boys. He is the #2 seed, so we are expecting him to go a long way. But Djokovic, that complete victorious record against Cilic, and he'll be hoping to keep that intact this afternoon. He's bidding for a 6th consecutive Wimbledon semi-final, and he's looking pretty good here on court 5. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon, and the Djokovic fans will be hoping he doesn't require 5 sets as he did in the previous round against Anderson. Novak looking pretty cool, calm and collected here on court 5.